I am Dr. O.P. Alawat, presently working as Principal Scientist at Indian Institute of Wheat and Barley Research, Karnal. Prior to this, I have worked for 23 years at Directorate of Mushroom Research, Solan, Himachal Pradesh, and because of that I am attached with mushrooms. So, today I am going to teach you about cultivation technology of paddy straw mushroom. Why this mushroom is called as paddy straw? Because in nature this mushroom grows on paddy straw. So, the name has come from there. So, scientifically this mushroom is known as Wolverella wolvacea. Again, why it is called as Wolverella? Because this mushroom is having volva in the base, and that used to cover whole of the mushroom fruit body. In India, this mushroom was first of all cultivated in 1940s, and in India, Odisha and the adjoining states, they are more popular for this mushroom, because this mushroom requires higher temperature and relative humidity, but it can also be grown on other parts of the country during the months of summer as well as this rainy season. Rainy season is the best season for this mushroom in rest of the India. It is a fast growing mushroom, and the total crop cycle is completed within 3 to 4 weeks, and it grows relatively at higher temperature, that is 30 to 38 degrees centigrade, and because of that this mushroom is also known as the warm mushroom or tropical mushroom, and relative humidity requirement is again 80 to 90%. Wolverella comprises 5% of the total world mushroom production, and in India the production is about 15,000 ton and mainly comes from Odisha, Chhattisgarh, West Bengal, Jharkhand and Andhra Pradesh. The unique flavor and texture of this mushroom is the distinguishing feature, and because of that it is considered as the most tastiest mushroom among edible mushroom. So, this mushroom can be grown outdoors as well as indoors, and this is the only mushroom which can be cultivated outdoors. If we go for the nutritional composition of this mushroom is having the highest percentage of protein. So, if we go for fresh weight basis, it is having nearly 4% protein, and on dry weight basis it will come to 40 gram, 40%. Crude fiber content is again very high. It is rich in potassium, iron, calcium, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin and ascorbic acid. If it is rich in potassium, you understand it very well that it will help in controlling blood pressure. If it is rich in iron, that will help in maintaining good hemoglobin level in blood. If we go for the amino acid composition of this mushroom is rich in tryptophan and lysine. These are the two amino acids which are normally deficient in our cereal based diet. So, it can complement very well our cereal based diet. Span run for this mushroom is as we may have discussed in earlier lectures, it is slightly different. The pure mycelial culture of this mushroom can be obtained by any of the method, like you can say the tissue culture method, single spore culture technique or multi spore culture technique. Culture of this mushroom cannot be stored at refrigerated conditions, and we have to store at 17 to 20 degrees centigrade or above. The span of this mushroom can be prepared on number of substrate, that is grain, wheat grain, or you can say straw or tea waste. The procedure for making of the span is almost same like other mushroom except of the temperature for incubation. After inoculation, the bags are incubated at 30 to 35 degrees centigrade, and it takes 5 to 7 days for complete colonization of the substrate, and span of this mushroom should not be stored in refrigerator, and most likely it should be used as fresh, and if we have to store, we can store and we should store at 15 to 20 degrees centigrade maximum for 1 month. Preferably fresh span should be used. The mushroom can be grown on wide range of uncomposted cellulosic materials, that includes paddy straw and cotton waste and other cellulosic material including banana waste. Earlier it was grown on paddy straw, nowadays also it is grown on paddy straw, but compared to paddy straw, the cotton waste is giving higher yield stable yields. So, if on pedestra it is given 10 to 15% yield, on cotton waste it is given 30 to 40% yield and early fruiting also. This is the protocol or method how we can prepare our substrate and cultivate this mushroom by simple method. Simple mean using pedestra. So, first of all we have to prepare the bundles, and the length of bundle is nearly 1.5 feet and width is 10 centimeter. Then we have to soak the bundles in 2% calcium carbonate solution for 12 to 18 hours. Then we have to decant or remove excess of water. We can put on bamboo platform or on pakka platform. Then preparation of bed. 4 to 5 bundles can be put side by side, or we can prepare a layer. Then we have to put span at 7 to 8 spots, followed by covering with the red gram dal powder. Then similarly we have to prepare second layer, followed by putting of the span and covering with dal powder. Then third layer, fourth layer, likewise we can prepare a bed. Normally a bed is is having 7 to 8 kg of the straw, and it requires 200 gram of span and nearly 100 to 150 gram of red gram dal powder. Then we can cover all bundles together with plastic sheet, but the plastic sheet should be clean enough, and there we can maintain relative humidity and temperature about 30 to 35 degrees centigrade, and it will take 8 to 10 days for complete spread of the mycelium and nearly 12 days for first fruiting or first harvesting. Here we can see how we can take the crop. Then after 7 to 8 days we have to remove the plastic seed, followed by little spray of water on the beds, and the mushroom will start appearing after 4 to 5 days of spawn run. Then we have to go for harvesting, and this mushroom will come from all sides, and it will take 10 to 15 days for 2 cropping cycles. We call them as flushes, and in general 10 to 15% biological efficiency mean 100 kg of the straw will give 10 to 15 kg of mushroom. Then after crop harvest, the leftover substrate can be converted into manure, can be used in fields as a organic manure. Here in photograph we can see the girl is preparing the first layer. The first layer, as I told you, can be prepared by putting bundles side by side, or can prepare a layer. Then it is followed by putting of the span and covering with the red gram dal powder. Here we can also use wheat bran or rice bran. Then we have to cover the all bags, and then we have to remove after 7-8 days, followed by little spray of water. Then mushroom will come. Again on the last photograph you can see the mushrooms are coming. Here again you can see different photographs. In one photograph you can see how the beds are spread and they all have been covered. So it can also become a very good crop for intercropping, mean under the shade of coconut tree, mango tree, or intercropping in banana, or even in case of maize it is possible. So here we can see different system of cultivation. We can go for outdoor, we can go for indoor, we can go for backyard, or any type we can go. If you get the time to visit area near Bhubaneswar, you will be able to see all type of cultivation system there. Here this is the scene of market. After lunch you will see this mushroom in market, and there you will find the people selling it 1 kg or 2 kg bags, and all type of products can be prepared from this mushroom. Pickles, sauce, chili, jelly, or all type of things can be prepared from this mushroom. So what we have discussed, this method is having certain advantages and certain disadvantages. First is it can be cultivated outdoor, indoor, in huts or pakka houses, anywhere. This is the advantage. No specific infrastructure is required, no cost intensive infrastructure is required. It is cost effective. Nearly 40 to 45 rupee will come for one bed, and one bed will be able to give 1 kg mushroom, and that will cost nearly 100 rupee in the market. No straw wastage or minimum straw wastage is there, but if you prepare substrate by this method, it is prone to disease and insect pests, and there is a wide variation in mushroom yield. It can be 10% or it can be 20%. So in order to get a stable yield, we have to go for indoor cultivation method, and this method was developed in or been adopted in many of the Southeast Asian countries. So, in case of what we have discussed now in outdoor cultivation is very simple and requires very little facilities, however, yield is very low. So, we can get much higher yield by cultivating this mushroom indoors. In indoors we have to prepare substrate by composting method. Indoors it is grown on specially constructed insulated rooms having facility for steam pasteurization. It can be cultivated on cotton ginning meal waste alone, or it can be in combination with cotton ginning meal waste and paddy straw. So, compost is prepared for 4 days outdoors followed by 4 days indoors, that includes pasteurization and conditioning. This is the whole scheme or the steps involved in cultivation of this mushroom. First of all, paddy straw or cotton ginning meal waste we have to wet. We can take either of them alone or in combination of 1 to 1, followed by thorough wetting for 2 days. 2 days thorough wetting is required. Then stack formation and adding of chicken manure. If you are preparing with cotton ginning meal waste and paddy straw, then we have to add chicken manure at the rate of 5%. We have to prepare stack just like in case of button mushroom, and every day we have to go for turning, and on third turning we have to add lime at the rate of 1.5%. So, total 4 days outdoor stacking, and every day we have to go for turning, followed by filling in cropping rooms on shelves at 12 to 15 centimeter height, and then leaving it as such for next 1 day at least and doing nothing, and followed by pasteurization at 60 to 62 degrees centigrade for 4 to 7 hours, and followed by conditioning for 2 to 3 days at 45 to 50 degrees centigrade, and then spanning on the shelf itself at the rate of 1.5% on wet weight basis, and it will take 4 to 5 days for span run there. Then we have to give little air and light, and the mushroom will start coming. So, the first flush will come after nearly 10 days of spanning, and it will go for 2 to 3 days, followed by a break of 2 to 3 or 4 days. Then second flush will come, again it will stay for 3 to 4 days. So, the first flush will give nearly 50 to 60% of the total yield, and the second will give 20 to 30%. So, the total flush will give, total 2 flush will give nearly 85 to 90% of the yield. Here we can see first of all how wetting has to be done, then followed by stack formation, then filling in cropping room on shelves, followed by spanning there itself, then span run will is there, then fruiting is there, and here we can see mushrooms from all side, top side as well as lower side of the shelf, and at a proper stage, that is egg stage, we have to harvest this mushroom, and we have to not to leave any remaining material there on the bed. Here this is the closure view of that, different steps, how we have to fill on shelf, then we have to go for spanning, followed by covering with plastic sheets, span run will be there, and fruiting will be there. If optimum conditions are provided, this mushroom can even grow on walls, and on the second photograph you can see how it is growing just like grapes. So, better the conditions, good temperature, good humidity, better the crop will be there. Here this is the commercial farm photograph. Here you can see how this mushroom is growing on shelves. On the left side we can see different shelves, and here the span run is there and fruiting is coming. Here again, because this mushroom is cultivated nearly 9 to 10 months in Odisha, and it is having very good market there. So, now the people has started to cultivate during the winter season also under polyhouse condition. Here this photograph shows how the people are cultivating in Southeast Asian countries under a polytunnel, small polytunnel they are preparing, and under that they are cultivating it, and you can say big areas, acres or hectares. Again you can see a very good crops, and even it can be cultivated on, you can say, small trays or even cages, and here you can see like this. So, there are advantages of this method as well as some disadvantages. This is cost intensive infrastructure requiring method, insulated room is required, we require boiler, we require some air handling system also, and can only be cultivated in specially designed cropping rooms, but there is no straw wastage, easy post pasteurization operations, higher mushroom yield 30 to 40% and better disease and insect pest management. Harvesting is the art in case of mushroom. So, harvesting is done before the volva breaks and the stage is called as the egg stage, that is the best stage and that will fetch the best price in the market. This mushroom grows very fast, so harvesting has to be done 2 to 3 times in the day. This mushroom usually take 9 to 10 days from spawning to first harvest, and first flush normally exists for 2 to 3 days and followed by a break, then the second flush. Similarly, second flush again will come after 2 to 3 days of break and it will stay for 2 to 3 days again. It will give nearly 20 to 30% of the total crop. The fruiting body should be carefully separated from the bed or substrate base by lifting and shaking slightly to the left and right and then twisting them off. No mushroom residue should be left behind, as it will invite contaminants. And then comes processing, how we have to pack, how we have to other products can be prepared from this mushroom. So, straw mushroom is more perishable than compared to other mushroom, because it is more delicate, more delicious. So, the things which are more delicate and more delicious, they are prone to they will be more perishable, and it cannot be stored at 4 degrees centigrade and it will go for autolysis if we store at 4 degrees centigrade. Straw mushroom can be canned, pickled or dried. Sun drying is also one option, but better option is hot air oven drying, and that will help in keeping a better texture and better aroma of the mushroom. Do not dry mushroom above 60 degrees centigrade, and weight of dried mushroom will be nearly 1/10 of the fresh mushroom. The dried mushroom can be kept in airtight container and these can be powdered for making other products like soup, ketchup, curry. Then comes there is one big topic nowadays, that is organic mushroom production. Organic mushroom production is possible, only thing that is the availability of organically grown straw or the poultry manure there. So, this is the limitation there. So, paddy straw mushroom can be cultivated without the use of chemicals, that is organically, and for this the straw is properly pasteurized or sterilized and proper sanitation is required to be maintained. So, there are few limitations, as I told you, procurement or managing organically grown straw or chemicals, that is a problem, and we have to avoid all sort of chemicals. We normally get lower yield in organically cultivated mushroom, but at the same time we face very high prices. So, growing mushroom organically round the year at the same location is again a challenge, because cultivating mushroom at the same place invite more diseases and more insect pest. So, some people are shifting. So, thank you very much with this. I hope you have learned many of the things regarding this mushroom. So, okay, thank you.